Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video on Assetto Corsa Competizione. And yes, I'm back, and as you may already know, I'm doing this video for the GT4 content DLC pack that Kunos has given us, and it's pretty amazing. It has 11 cars for the price of 20 euros. So I was like, this must be a bargain or something, you know, 20 euros and 11 cars, GT4 cars, a brand new category put into the game after the GT3 one. So the 11 cars are the Alpine A110 GT4, the Aston Martin V8 Vantage GT4, the Audi R8 LMS GT4, the BMW M4 GT4, which I'm probably not going to try, the Chevrolet Camaro GT4R, big boy car right there, the Ginetta G55 GT4, the car that we're going to be driving on today's video, the KTM Expo GT4, a car that I've never seen before in my life, and I really want to try this out in a separate video because it looks amazing. The Maserati Gran Turismo MC GT4, which has been one of my favorite cars since I was a kid, and of course we're going to be trying it out. So yeah, that's probably also in a separate video. The McLaren 570S GT4. Then we got probably the fastest car from this category, which is the Mercedes AMG GT4. And yeah, it's probably the best car in this package. But we also got the Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 Club Sport. And what I'm going to be doing for today's episode to get a bit of a first impressions video from this new GT4 DLC, I'm going to be having a 15-minute race around Kyalami driving the Ginetta G55, which is my favorite car on my favorite track from the Intercontinental DLC. So Intercontinental DLC, as you can see, Mount Panorama, Laguna Seca, Suzuka and Kyalami. So yeah, that's pretty much all about it. It's a pretty nice package, all in all, the Intercontinental one, and I think they're going to be doing the same for Great Britain, putting 4 tracks from Great Britain on the game. But 100% recommend this DLC, the Intercontinental one. As for the cars itself, we're going to be having a race right now, and we're going to be getting some first impressions from the whole handling of the cars and all that. But sound wise already, I can hear that Ginetta engine. That is, God, it sounds amazing. The engines on this game are pretty amazing, I have to admit. I wasn't impressed with the handling of the GT3s. I'm not saying that it's not good or anything like that. Of course, I've played Assetto Corsa Competizione and I like the GT3s, but as I've already said, F-Factor 2 is my go-to sim racing game for GT3 racing. But green light here in Kyalami for the 15-minute race, starting from last position with a 31 car grid. And as you can see, an Audi R8 is going to have a better exit through this final corner sort of, and he's now going to be ahead of us, probably going to attack the Maserati right in front into turn number 1. I'm going to take the inside line, trying to overtake both the Audi and the Maserati, and up into, that is probably going to be 29th position, but the thing there, the indication isn't updated. Ahead of us, an Aston Martin going up the inside in this corner. You don't really make moves over there, and that's going to be a loss of backhand here. As you can see, I'm racing with level 2 traction control and level 2 ABS, which is something the Maserati doesn't have at all. For anyone wondering, the Maserati actually has no traction control and no ABS, and it is labeled as the hardest car on this package, and I would like to see if it really is the hardest car in the entire game, and we're going to be seeing that on a future video. So far, the Ginetta feels amazing on track, and I'm actually fighting quite a lot at the moment with the AI, and that's why I can't really say something on the car itself. But the car itself, let me just say, it feels amazing. This car already feels like the best Ginetta I've driven on any other sim game. As we go up the inside for a move on the Aston Martin, going to be completing this one. Going to have a better exit through there. The AI is set on 95 difficulty and 85 aggression, so I don't really know if that is a good amount of difficulty. I've heard it's good. I feel like it's just a little bit easy, and I might increase it as the time goes. But for now, for those short videos that I'm doing, I feel like 95 difficulty is quite decent. But we've also made a move there on the Alpine A110. Another very interesting car. I've never seen an Alpine race car apart from Der Rally or Sebastian Loeb Rally Evo. We have the Alpine rally cars, but I would love to drive the GT4 Alpine for sure. onto this exit now. We're gonna have a better exit than the BMW. The BMW, as much as I don't like BMWs in general, it has a better top speed than the Ginetta, and I feel like it has the best top speed out of all the cars. So that's why you can see it actually got away on the straight bar onto the braking zone, down the inside line. Gonna be completing the move on the BMW there, and yeah, it just feels the Ginetta feels great. That's all I'm gonna say about this car. It just feels very, very great. Handling wise, I feel like it feels as polished as the GT3 cars, and I dare to say it feels better than the GT3 cars. I've had a lot of people saying, commenting on like, why would I pay 20 euros for 11 slower cars? This is just not, this just doesn't make sense, you know. Just because a car is slow, it doesn't mean that it is not playful or enjoyable driving it. At the moment, I'm having more fun than I've ever had with the GT3 cars. And no, that is not based on the fact that I'm driving around Kyalami, which is one of my favorite tracks. It is based on the fact that, and not based on the fact that I'm driving a Ginetta finally on the Assetto Corsa Competizione. It is based on the fact that this car feels more natural than the GT3 cars. As we go up the inside there on the Audi R8, a little bit of a wiggly there move at the exit, but yeah, it feels more natural. It feels like I'm driving a real car. You know, I'm getting the feeling that I have on F2 with the GT3 cars, and it's exactly what I want to feel with the GT3 cars here on this game, but I just couldn't get that feeling, rightly so. But with this car at the moment, I don't know if it's just because of the Ginetta. That's why I would like to give this DLC a little bit more time, check out more of those cars and see if it really is like the Ginetta, because at the moment what I'm getting from ACC, it's the best driving experience I've got from this game on a very long time, and it just feels great. And look at this KTM right in front of us. Look at that design. I've never even seen a KTM like car, sort of like. I think I've seen it once, but I've never seen that kind of model, and it's very interesting that it has been driving on the GT4 Championship, and I've never even noticed. And we're probably going to be driving this just because of the design. It just looks amazing. I really want to check out the sound and all that of this car. So gonna be making a separate video on the Gran Turismo, on the Maserati Gran Turismo obviously, and the KTM. So it's just, the Ginetta sounds great, drives well. So now we're just gonna have fun with the race. The AI is quite decent on ACC. Probably one of the best AIs you're gonna get on any sim racing game. They know how to race each other, and they know how to give you a little bit of space and be as aggressive as it takes. You know, you might crash with the AI sometimes here and there. I've crashed plenty of times with the AI, but all in all, it gives you quite a handy experience driving against the AI drivers. And onto this my favorite corner, we're probably gonna go for a move up the inside of the KTM. No, we're not. They have the speed to go for a dive, but now we're gonna have a much better exit. The BMW slow down the KTM, and with a great exit there, we're going to be ahead of the KTM. And now on to P number 22. The BMW is going to be very early for some weird reason. That's going to help us complete yet another move up into 20th position at the moment. So we're having a very good race. The pace is quite decent. Of course, I'm improving lap after lap. I'm learning the car even more. I'm learning the track even more. Yet to find the limits of the car and the track, but so far this track and car combination of Kyalami and the Ginetta G55 feels quite amazing. And as we're at the back of this BMW, even with slipstreaming, you can't actually make a move on the BMWs. You can't catch up to them somehow. It just has some very good top speed there. And on to turn number 1. I think ahead of the BMW is yet another Alpine. Running a little bit wide through there, not an issue. I just really love the layout also of Kyalami. I feel like it's a very cool track, and it's quite silly that F1 hasn't hosted a race around here. Like, they're hosting a race around Zandvoort, which is a good track, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to give you a lot of like overtaking opportunities. You could say the same for Kyalami, despite a very good first straight where we could get some moves. But all in all, I feel like it's a fantastic track. Like, it's a very enjoyable layout. You're gonna make some contact there with the BMW. A little bit slow through there, I gotta say. And now the other BMW is gonna try and attack me, but he's not gonna have enough time there to open up his line and go for a move. But Now we're gonna have a better exit than the BMW. This is looking very distant. Could we go for a move up the inside? He's trying to push me to the inside there. Diving up the inside into this corner. Yet again, can we complete a move through there? We're gonna have a pretty similar exit to the BMW. Is that gonna help us at all? He's gonna open up there, but I'm on the inside line. I'm gonna carry more speed, and we're gonna complete that move. What a great move there, completed. And right in front of us now is an Alpine. Can the BMW go back up the inside because I ran wide there? Not sure. And now I think we're just about gonna complete this move into P90 now. And ahead of us now we got an Alpine. So let's try and close down the gap. Closing down the gap to the Alpine, as you can see as we go for looking at these TV style cameras. Ginetta looking very nice, very beautiful, such a beautiful car, and such a historic one as well. We've known the Ginettas for since like I was probably 5 years old. I was driving on GT4. I feel like I was driving a Ginetta on GT4. What a great car, legendary manufacturer for GT racing. And we're closing on to the Alpine. Probably through this corner we're going to be having a better exit now. Yes, we are. Look at it, the Alpine braking a little bit there, and we're going to go right around the outside, completing the move on the Alpine up into P18. And right ahead of us now we got an Aston Martin and another Alpine, and these cars seem to be a little bit far, so we gotta have some good pace now, trying to compete with those cars. And let's see, depends on our consistency and our pace. I'm going to be trying now to close down this gap and gain probably 1 or 2 more positions until the end of the race. 5 minutes to go. This is give it our everything, and I'm also going to let you enjoy some pure gameplay action there with some very, very good engine sounds from the Ginetta G55. The first time we run wide through there. There's going to be track limits there, no time gain though. I'm still trying to find the limits on each and every single corner. I feel like there's a lot of time to be gained on braking zones, and in terms of how much throttle you apply on each corner, I feel like there's still a lot more time to get. So don't really judge my driving. I'm still like learning the track on this game and still trying to find the limits of the car. I'm driving a bit cautiously here and there, not taking too many risks. Well, we're closing the gap slightly from the Aston Martin on this lap. We still got 3 minutes to go, so we could well and truly gain a few more positions if we push a little bit more.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
we've closed down the gap quite a lot from the cars up ahead, and now can we go for a dive up the inside of the Aston Martin? He broke a little bit early due to the Alpine slowing him down there, but he's going to have a better exit and going to be staying ahead of me with only 1 minute and 40 seconds to go now. This is going to be very, very, very close now. Probably onto the final lap as we're proceeding to the finish line now. And now with a better exit now through this final corner, we have a better exit and we're going to be opening our line to be side by side with the Aston Martin. Does the Aston Martin have better top speed? Probably. Yes, it does, just by that little bit, and we're going to be going up the inside though. We still got the tires to go for a dive up the inside on the Aston Martin, but he has a better exit. Doesn't have an Aston though for us, and we're going to be completing the move up into P17. Ahead of us, the slowly going Alpine, as this is going to be the final lap of this race, so it's either now or never to go up into P16 and finish ahead of the Alpine. Just going to try and have a few better lines here and there, going to try and get that better exit and complete yet another move. Look at it, braking very, very early there. Doesn't have a very good exit to this corner, and I'm probably going to go for my maneuver, as always, into the low speed left-hander. Oh yes, look at this exit. The Alpine doesn't have the traction to hold on with enough speed ahead of me, but we're going to be completing that move even before that corner. But I lose here the brakes, I run a little bit wide. This is my first time actually making this mistake. And oh no, the Alpine has got us, and now I'm side by side with the Aston Martin. Could this open up a chance for the Aston Martin to go for a move there? No, it's not going to be easy for the Aston Martin to go up the inside, but what an unlucky moment there. We just completely lost it. This was the first time I've actually run wide in this corner. I haven't even done that on practice, but Alpine is going to get away with that. He's going to finish P16. I'm going to finish P17 on this race, but it doesn't really matter. It was a phenomenal experience and probably the best driving I've got from this game since it released. GT4 cars it is. Race is finished. It's going to be P17 for the race, actually P18. So yeah, behind the Alpine. Wasn't expecting that in the final lap. Made a slight mistake there despite me completing the move way before the corner. But still, what a great race, and what a great car this is. Ginetta G55, everybody. You heard the engine. The engine sounded magnificent on this game, and I completely don't regret any cent that I've given for this DLC. It's absolutely amazing. Even for the track, Kia Lamy is one of my favorite tracks on this game, and I suggest you buy the Intercontinental DLC to try it out. But what a great driving experience that was, and I dare to say it felt better than the GT3s. You know, the cars might feel easier at times in terms of like traction and braking and all that, but overall I feel like the racing that we can get even on multiplayer with this category of cars is going to be closer. The racing is going to be closer because the cars are slower, and when the car is slower it tends to have better racing. Take for example IndyCar versus Formula 1. You know, Formula 1 cars are much faster, but sometimes the racing is not that good, whereas in IndyCar the racing is actually very decent almost all of the time. So these cars tend to give you closer racing, and in terms of driving feeling for me, that was exactly what I was looking for. Assetto Corsa Competizione. It gave me that GT3 Air Factor 2 feeling that I couldn't get on the GT3s on this game. GT4s gave me that, and it's actually amazing that I finally felt like naturally driving a car on this game, because most of the times when I was driving GT3 car I tend to do stuff that I never do on racing games. Like, I tend to brake there instead of where I was supposed to be braking on another game, and this time with this category around this track, this car and track combination gave me that natural feeling of driving that I could actually do what I wanted to do around here. So for the time being, these GT4 cars are as polished as the GT3 ones, and I tend to say they feel even much better in my opinion. Like, they feel better, that's just how it is for me. I'm gonna go back to GT3s at some point and compare them, like make a comparison video between the GT3s and the GT4s, but that is gonna be a little bit later. I really want to try out the Maserati, the KTM and the Alpine. These are the 3 cars that I actually really want to try out, especially the Maserati, which is labeled as the hardest car on this DLC. But so far, Ginetta felt amazing, and it sounded pretty great, in my opinion. That's probably one of the best sounding cars on this game. It felt like a raw engine there on that GT4 Ginetta. But in general, I'm obviously going to do that again, not around Kyalami, unfortunately. I really want to show you off some other tracks like Laguna Seca or Mount Panorama, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing, probably the next video is gonna be F1 2020 for anyone wondering, but in terms of ACC, I'm gonna be doing a race around Laguna Seca with the Maserati Gran Turismo. But I'm gonna be ending this video now with a few shots of the beautiful Ginetta G55 GT4, this beautiful car. But yeah, so far, first impressions from the DLC. Amazing DLC, 100% buy it, but I'm gonna be getting more in depth as the time goes on, as I'm trying to get more and more cars. But overall, I feel like the overall feeling is not gonna change. This DLC feels great, and the handling of the cars is actually top notch on this DLC. Somehow they made it, and it's not like the GT3 ones. Somehow, I don't know how, but they made it, and they made me feel happy finally driving a car around this game. So yeah, this was the video for today, guys. If you enjoyed, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, make sure you follow me on Twitter, and yeah, make sure you also hit that bell on the channel besides the subscribe button, so that you can get informed for any new videos that I post. Tomorrow is F1 2020 day, but until then, I'm gonna catch you later. Goodbye.